I'm doing this intro to add to the beginning of a video that I actually recorded a couple of weeks ago, and some of my friends, close friends, will already know what is going to happen on this video. For those who don't know, please watch, stick around, watch until the end, and you'll see it's a sad video. It is sad, but watch the video and you'll find out why. Also stick around because there's a lot of exciting new content coming. Not going to give anything away. You're going to have to stick around on the channel to watch what's coming. But again, close friends will know what is coming. But if you're new to the channel, please browse the other videos. Please do consider subscribing if you want to see more retro, cool, old Vauxhall Opel content. There is a lot more coming. So stick around, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Then guys, you join me back outside with Silv, and as you can see, she's looking a little bit of a sorry state because that's from bonfire night when some kind of firework went off right over the top of the car and left that splodge on it. It will wash off, but as you can see, she's got quite a bit of moss starting on the roof and the bonnet, unfortunately. So as my Manta needs a good wash, as you can see, but we'll come back to the Manta at another stage. But anybody who's been watching the channel will remember that she had a bump on the rear end. Now anybody who's seen the channel will also see this and think, wow, she looks a lot better than she did. Well, she has. I've done a lot of work on pushing out most of the damage on the back. The back bumper is the original back bumper, which was completely kinked and bent, and I've managed to actually get it to the stage that it's at. The rear panel, as you can see, I got most of it pushed out. I'll just show you in the boot where the boot floor was really badly kinked and really badly pushed in. It's a million times better than it was. The thing is though, it's not as good as it needs to be for me to be happy, and I've just got to the stage where I thought, you know what, I've not really got the skills, and I've not really got the time, and I've not really got the will, to be honest, to spend loads of time and loads of money to get her back perfect to a former glory. Thing is, for me, I've got other cars, I've got other projects, as you all know, and I just want to focus on them. But having said that, there is some more news which you'll hear about later. I have got another car which I will be picking up hopefully next week, but that is to come in a future video. This one is all about Silvia today. So yeah, managed to get the damage mostly repaired. The boot that used to shut nice and easily doesn't shut quite as easy as it should, and see, this is one of the problems. See the gap? The gap's still not right, and that's because that is still pushed out a little bit that way, because the back end is still not quite right. Compare it to the gap at this side, which is much better, but I think that's partially because the boot lid is bent, and you can see it's kinked there. More noticeable at this side. See how the boot lid is kinked. It's also dinted in a bit in the middle. So I'll go around to the front, because I never really showed the damage on the front end. It stayed to me, drive a bit overgrown. But yeah, the damage at the front end, basically just the grille got smashed. So this is the grille that was on when I bought it. It's not the original grille, because it's a greeny colour underneath the paint, but that got smashed. The headlight clips that hold the headlights in got damaged at the bottom, so the headlights are loose at the bottom. But yeah, I'll just stand back and show you. She's looking a bit of a sorry way. So that's why, guys, I've decided to let her go to a good home, someone that will buy her and actually restore her properly. Now, a good friend of mine who I've known for a good 20 odd years, he's organised it. It's actually one of his mates who's been looking for one as a project. He's buying it. So it's a mate of a mate, it's somebody who's an avid Cavalier fan, so hopefully she'll get loved and she'll get restored and she'll get put back to her former glory. So that's why I decided to sell her. So it's really, really sad. One thing I'm doing this morning is I'm swapping the wheels over. I'm keeping these wheels because these are ones that have got some sentimental value to me because they were on my old Cavalier SRI many years ago. So I'm taking the wheels off, putting the originals back on, and I'll join you again in a bit and I'll show you what she looks like with the original wheels on. I am also going to give her a bit of a wash off as well because I can't let her go in the state that she's in, so I'm going to give her a bit of a wash. So stay tuned to the video, guys, and we'll see you a bit later. Hi guys, welcome back. Well, I've got a run in. Ignore the amount of smoke. My breath is doing exactly the same thing. It's just how cold and damp it is this morning. It is due snow tomorrow apparently. So yeah, just wanted to show you. She's running sweet. That slam panel as well is one of the things that I never got around to repairing properly. But yeah, she runs. Got her warming up. I've just had to put some air in these two tyres at this side because these two were completely flat. As I say, I'm taking these wheels off and putting the original ones back on. Just been going through the glove box. In fact, I'll go around that side and I'll show you. As you can see, she's a runner. So yeah, just going through the glove box and found all my old things from BBOA, camping trips, the big Vauxhall shows. 2018. The one's going back even further. There's an old cassette mix there. And then in here, something I'd totally forgotten about is the original book pack, some of the old tax discs, old MOTs, old service history and things, so that's still in there. I've just got a few other bits like spare bulbs and stuff I just need to take out. That's the trim from the boot, which is in the car just to keep it safe. So yeah, oh, that cassette storage thing just got stuck, but it's working again. Just show her in the back. So this is one of the problems, you see. She's been sat up for a year and she's starting to get little blobs of mould in places. But she does have a beautiful interior. Lovely interior. But talking of the mould, look at the state of the steering wheel. It's been under the steering lock. Minging. She is a bit damp in here, so yeah. Another reason why I just feel she needs to go to a good home. So, right, I'm going to crack on and get the wheel swapped over. So, I'll talk again shortly. Alright guys, welcome back. And as you can see, I've got one of the original front alloys put back on. And I've fetched a couple of the others out of the garage. But while I'm here, I wanted to try and find out why the brakes aren't working. But I've had the handbrake on and this spins freely. There's no signs of any brake fluid leaks, so this side seems to be okay. I had suspected that the shunt had caused the back wheels to spin, which had obviously damaged the brake cylinders inside, and as possibly was what had caused the brake fluid to all leak out. But from what I can see at this side, we're all good, so we'll see what we find at the other side. This is one of the reasons why I actually didn't want to sell Silv, because look how solid and original the chassis legs are on Silv, you know what I mean? They're so good. The only welding I've done is like this lower bit of the back arch and that inner sill area, just there. But all that I had to repair all around that area on Owen, which is absolutely solid, and all this inner arch here again that's had to be welded, and the strut tops that had to be welded on Owen, they're absolutely solid on Silvia. So really it does seem stupid for me to sell her, but as I say, needs must. let her go to a good home. So let's crack on and I'll see you again shortly. Right guys, I'm back. So she's now got both wheels back on that side. She's got the front one on at this side. Look at the state of her though, she's absolutely filthy. That's the problem with this drive, because it's just like a pebble drive, and as you can see it's a bit of a mess. I need to get it sorted. I'd love to have it proper proper laid out with stone or concrete or something. But as you can see, all water splashed up and made a bit of a mess. I just want to show you that dint in the sill there. I forgot about that. Totally forgot about it. It's from a couple of years ago. I accidentally lowered the jack down while the axle stand was still under the edge of the sill, and I accidentally put that dint in her. But as you can see, this is one of the reasons why I know I'll regret selling her. I mean, look how clean, alright, not clean, it's dirty, but look how good condition the original sills are. They're a little bit scabby in places, there's some little bits of surface rust. And again, these are the bits where I welded the end of the sills and the lower bit of the arch. That's what I did myself, and I did inside there. But again, look how solid and original the chassis rails are. It's got a little bit mouldy there with damp. But yeah, but while I've got this off, I just thought I'd have a look for brake fluid leaks again. But again, there's absolutely no sign of any brake fluid leaking out. I'm tempted to actually take this drum off and just see if any brake fluid comes from inside it, but having said that, I've rotated it and nothing's come out. You think if that were full of brake fluid, it'd all be inside the drum. But I've had a look at the tyre. See, these are the wheels that's come off. Look how mucky that wheel were, or is. But again, there's no real signs of any kind of brake fluid inside. I don't know what that is. That's something that's run down actually. But there's no signs of brake fluid inside any of the wheels. So I don't know where the brake fluid's gone, but it's disappeared out of the reservoir. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought for a sec. But yeah, I might just pop that screw out, pop the drum off, and just have a look at her interest. So yeah, I'll be back in a sec, guys. Okay then guys, so I've got the drum off and that's what I found inside. Well, I've never seen the inside of a rear brake look like that before. So I'm wondering if we have found the actual main leak of brake fluid. As I say, I didn't check the other side. Maybe the other side's exactly the same. And it's actually blown out the let me just grab a tool of some description, just try and scrape some of that crap away. It's definitely a bit wet, isn't it? It's definitely a bit wet, so I think that might be where the as we suspected, the impact of the crash at the back has forced the wheels to turn, and it might have put adverse pressure on the seals on the rear cylinders, and it's blown out the seals, and that's where the brake fluid has disappeared to. I mean, I don't know if brake fluid can evaporate, but I don't know if it can. But yeah, I think it probably is. Sorry about the dodgy camera work, I keep falling over. But I think it might be safe to say that that's where the brake fluid has leaked out. How wet it is inside. So there we go. Right, let's carry on, get this other wheel back on. Right then guys, welcome back. So I've just noticed that my hose pipe is leaking. But I've just given her a bit of a wash off. Not a full-on clean like I normally would, but I just wanted to see her without all that crap all over her, so I've just given her a bit of a rinse off. Got rid of the all the dirt and crap that were all along the bottom, all the bulk of the moss and stuff that were all over the bonnet and the roof. Obviously I've not given her a major wash like I always would have done in the past, but at least she's looking a bit more presentable, bless her. But yeah, I've had a phone call from the driver who's driving the transport truck, who's coming to pick her up, and he's going to be in about half an hour's time. So in about half an hour she'll be getting loaded up and onto the truck and off to her new life, a new owner. So I'm just enjoying a few minutes with her. It's going to be sad because, like I say, I've owned her for such a long time, but you can see she's been getting damp inside. Seatbelts have got mould on and stuff, and sat under this tree's not helped, and not moved. I said she's not moved really in a year. This is the first time she's moved in a year today, moving her to where she is now. So yeah, it's a sad day. But I'm going to get some photos, and then I'll do another video when she's loaded up and she's driving off. So I'll see you soon, guys. Hi guys, well, I'm just having a last sit inside Silv. Just having a little look around. I've got the doors open just to let some fresh air in. As I said, she was smelling a little bit funky inside. Little bits of mould on a couple of places, just because she's been parked up and not started, not run, not got up to temperature. Lovely inside though, beautiful interior on GLSI. I mean, like the seat back things and the centre armrest, which is a nice feature. This fabric is actually the same fabric that's on the seats in the Caliber, and the door panels are actually interchangeable with the Caliber. Well, the front ones are anyway, because it's got electric windows, but the rear ones are the same as the Caliber apart from the hole for the winders. But yeah, it is actually the same fabric. Obviously the seats are different and the Caliber has a centre panel in a different trim, but the outer bolsters are the same as this. The early Astra GTs are as well, the Mark II, the early Astra Mark IIs. So yeah, I'm just having a bit of a sit in her, like I say, just enjoying her while I can. Sit back in the front. Still got the original Vauxhall mats. Yeah, the rear view mirror fell off the screen, so I've left it in there. That's the rear edge plate light, obviously off the back bumper. Electric windows, switches. Obviously the GLSI's got electric fronts. I just took out the bulb for the interior light so that it didn't wear the battery down as I've got the doors open. So mileage today, well, she's showing 15,021, which is obviously 115,021, because I'm sure she had about 97,000 miles on when I bought her, something like that. Or were it a bit less than that? I can't remember now actually. I'll have to look back on the old MOTs to remind me what miles she had on her when I bought her. In fact, I can have a look at these old MOTs, see how far back they go. I think these ones are actually fairly recent. Well, 2011, they're 93 in 2011. What's the oldest one? It's 2017, it's 2017, 16. Yeah, we are going on to the MOT history. I can't remember exactly, but that one does say there 2011, 93,000 miles. So yeah, maybe when I bought her she had less miles than I thought. I'm sure it was 90 something, maybe about 91,000. 2010 I bought her, so that would be the first MOT that I had. But then you can see there was quite a gap between 2011, she was then off the road again, until 2016, 17. That's the thing, I've owned her all these years, but she's not been on the road consistently all that time. She's been on and off and on and off. So yeah, 115,021. So I've not done that many miles in her really, have I? Only 20 odd thousand. 22, maybe 23, 24,000 miles in all them years. It's not a lot really, is it? And 13,000 of them were in 6 months when I was driving to and from Lincoln every day. So that's the, I want to say the original stereo, but it's not actually the original. This is one out of an SRI 130 because my original one didn't work. So I got this one as a replacement, but swapped all the front over so it's still got the yellow things, because the 130 one that I had, which this is, those numbers were white. But I wanted to keep the originality, so I swapped the front off the original stereo. But yeah, cassette storage, got the ashtray in there, all works as it should. So I've taken everything out of the glove box bar the original owner's manual, which I showed you earlier in the video. It's got a load of the old MOT certificates in here. Interesting to see where these date back to. Yeah, these are old ones. 2005, 2006, the oldest one. Let's have a look. The oldest one is 1997. So in 1997 she had 45,757 miles on her. So that's why she's relatively, you know, really low mileage, because, you know, at that point she was 11-year-old, because she was registered in August 86, so even at 11-year-old she'd only done 46,000 miles. So she's not done many miles in her life, bless her. I say all these old certificates. You see, even by 2005 she'd only done 70,792, I think that says. So even by 2005, where she was, what, 19-year-old at that point, so even at 19-year-old she'd only done, you know, not even 71,000 miles. So there you go. Old instruction manuals, and I sell you some of the old tax discs. So it's a very sad day, guys. It's a very sad day, but as I said, there is some exciting times ahead. I have left a deposit on another car, and the other car shall remain secret until I've actually got it, and then I'll be doing a big reveal. But let's just say it's quite a bit different. The only hint I will tell you, it is another Vauxhall, and it is another retro Vauxhall. Not as retro as Silvia, it is a bit newer, but that's as much as I'm saying for now. So stay tuned for that, guys. Keep watching this video, because there will be a final bit at the end where she's loaded up and she's driving away. So see you soon. Right, guys, there she is. She's all loaded up, ready to go. Very sad. I'm not even going to video her leaving, but and then veneer her, guys. Laters.